my ruler up to the center of the face. Now, notice, before you draw a line, my ruler is angled because the face is also angled. So once again, you want to make sure, regardless of what's going on up here, you want to make sure that the Cupid's bow and the center of the nose are pretty close. Okay? Do you see that line right here? Very lightly. This is literally going to be the longest drawing tutorial I've ever done. Because this is going to take all class period, if not longer. Oh, no. I'll finish it for you guys and then have you watch a video if that is necessary. But I'm hoping we get... No, it'll be on your freaking computers.
Oh, okay.
Why do you have them? My gosh. Come in, Hall. Grab one of each of those papers, a ruler, and a light pencil with an eraser. Okay, next step is to then draw a line under the eyes connecting the eyelids, okay? So we're not going to go like this because we would miss that eyelid. You want them to tilt so that the eyelids are on the same line. Okay. Now, just so you know, what I am teaching you today is the most in-depth measuring of a human's face. Okay? Now, you may end up doing this every single time you draw a human. Any of the H's. Do not grab that. But the more familiar you are with this, the more you do this technique, the more you won't have to necessarily use this every single time you draw a person. Okay? Now, you may have a different technique in drawing a human face, and that's totally fine. I'm teaching you my way because, to me, it is the most accurate you're going to get. Okay? Now, we've done the eyes. Let's go ahead and do it on the nose. So, again, we want to line up the nostrils. Okay? Notice we haven't even touched our paper yet, and we probably won't till we have all the lines on the paper. Do you need me to show you again where that was?
No. Is it supposed to like...
So the line should be right on the nostril. What are you asking me?
Why are you laughing? I was asking if you were supposed to line up with the ears.
Nope. We're not worried about the ears right now. However, it will line up with the ears just by happenstance. Because if you've all looked at yourselves in the mirror and you're not horribly off-shaped or off-center, then your ears usually will line up with your nose. Now I'm going to go ahead and go over this darker with a pen.
Are we doing that? Or?
Nope, you don't need to. I'm just doing it so you can see it better. And that's not working. Okay. Now I know some of you are familiar with this technique because I have taught, like I've taught her this. But that was what, you were 8th grade? Was that last year? That's crazy. Okay. Okay, so can you see my lines a little better now? Okay, perfect. Now, the next step is, I'm assuming you guys know, the mouth line, right? So we're not looking for the bottom of the lip. We're not looking for the top of the lip. We're looking for right where this part is. Okay? So we're looking for right here. And we want to just draw a line across the face. You got it? Okay. Okay. Everybody's at their own pace. It's all good. Okay. I'm fine. Are you okay? Oh yeah, your lines are just real light. I was like, did you even do it? Okay, perfect. Now, I want all of you to do something with me. Last year we couldn't do this very well because y'all had masks on. But I want you to take your eye. Okay, so go like this. Okay? Then I want you to go right here. Do you notice that your eyes are one eye length apart? Okay? Whoa. Now go like this. Take the same eye measurement. Can you fit your nose in there? If you can, or almost, okay, then that's the correct measurement. Okay? How many of you knew that was a thing? Isn't that crazy? Okay, then take your eye. Now watch what I do. I keep this finger on the eye duct and I bring it down. Did I just touch the bottom of my nose?
Whoa, man.
Oh my gosh! Guess what? You can measure the entire human face by one eye measurement.
Wow.
Imagine.
That's so cool! Sorry, I freaking love this stuff. I think it's amazing. So,
Me discovering my face is not proportional.
that's the fun part! Some people's faces are proportionate and some people's are not. And that's okay. But we can still get a general idea and then adjust as we go, right? Okay? So what we're going to do now is we are going to simply guesstimate, okay, how big one eye is. And then with one eye, we're going to be able to create the entire face. Okay? So, before we do anything else, let's line up our papers right next to each other. Okay? And this is the tricky part. We're going to take our ruler, okay, and on the angle that we have it, you're going to lift it up, do the best you can to keep that angle, and slap it down on your paper, okay? And if you need to do it a few times, that's fine. But the whole point is to make sure that your angle is on the right proportion. And if you need to take your hand and go, okay, I'm going to measure here, and then I'm going to come over here. Okay, that feels about right. Bring it over here. Just so you have that right angle. Then I'm going to draw a line on my paper. So I have my first angle down. Why is it? There we go. Big shout out to all y'all that came to Parent Teacher Conference. You got extra credit points. I just haven't put them in yet.
My mom is it, but
It's okay. She didn't have it on Thursday.
No, she had it on Monday, but still.
I mean, if I was your mom, I would not be going to Parent Teacher Conference either. So I get that. Okay. While you are waiting for the next step, do the same thing with the eye line, the nose line, and the mouth line. And if you're like, what the heck are you talking about? Give me a sec, I'll come over and show you.
So, that's really awesome. I'm not a dancer, I won't be participating.
You don't have to be a dancer to dance.
Did you hear yourself, Miss Gardner?
Yeah.
You don't have to be a dancer to dance.
have you seen people at clubs? Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not going to
Okay.
I'm not talking professionally. Good gracious.
No one needs to go there. It's so
You know what's really cool about this? Watch.
Guys, I can do a lot of that.
So you see what I just did?
That's exactly what I did.
Woo!
Miss Carter, I did that too.
my rulers and all.
That's amazing!
Exactly what I did.
Yeah, it's genius. Just make sure that as you're doing that, still is proportional. So you want to make sure you're measuring as you go. What? These chairs? I don't know, but I'm sorry, I would prefer these chairs over those green ones.
Yeah.
I don't think they have good back support.
Really sweaty.
It stresses me out.
Okay, I'm kind of confused, guys. Are there new kids in our school now?
There are a lot of new kids. What are
I
you
did
talking
see a
about?
cadet upstairs, and I was like,
I
I've
saw
never
a
seen this
girl.
person before.
She was staring at me. I was like, okay.
Well, maybe she thought you were gorgeous,
Debatable. But anyway.
and she was just marveling at your beauty.
No, I walked into the school in my backpack, like out here, like itching everything because I was so tired. And then,
What does that have to do with anything?
because I was so tired, I did not look good when I was tired. Have you ever seen anyone that wakes up and just looks
Perfect.
I mean,
Of course I do.
no.
You know what? I do know somebody. My dog. She always looks gorgeous, and it's disgusting. I'm like, why is my dog prettier than me? What is this?
When your dog steals your runs.
I would hope that never happens.
What'd you say?
If that ever happens, you should definitely not be
You should
dating
just
that
put
guy.
it out.
I mean, technically, I did fall more for my husband because he had her. But that was at the beginning, you know, and then you like learn about each other.
And you're like, oh my god.
You need to grab one of both papers on that counter. Has black. There she is. Come on in. Okay.
What about me?
When I edit this video, it's going to take forever because there's a lot of commentary going on. You need to grab both papers over there and a ruler, a light pencil.
Making these lines match up is harder than actually drawing faces. Right.
It's a give or take situation. It doesn't have to be perfect. Okay, we're just giving ourselves some idea of where it needs to be.
Where's the light pencil?
Light pencils.
5
So any of the H's.
Give or take situation. I'm gonna take my paper and give it to you.
Okay. What we're going to do right now is we're simply going to mark where we want these eyes to be. Okay? So, with my pencil, I'm going to go ahead and put in my marks so that I have a good idea of where those eyes are going to be placed. So, all I did was put little marks on the eyes.
So the inside corner of the
I do both because they're both an essential part of the eye. The farthest line is going to give you that full eye measurement. That line on the inside where the inside eyelid is the actual dimension of the eye. So if you look here, we go, okay, realistically, this is your eye measurement that's going to match this one. But I like to put out that far line so I know exactly how long that eyelid's going to reach for. What? Didn't quite hear that whole sentence. Okay. Are we ready to brave the first step?
Probably not.
Maybe.
It says draw a perfect circle.
So before I draw, I start like putting anything in. I'm now going to go ahead and start marking on this paper where my eyes are going to be, where the nose is going to be, so on and so forth. Okay? Now, if you came in a little late, just be warned, we took our ruler and drew a line straight down the center of the face. Then we did another one under the eyelids, under the nose, and on the mouth line. And I will help you catch up in a moment. Okay, so right here, these 2 points are the same. Yes?
Yes.
Yeah.
So what is this line for?
The center of the nose.
Yes. But what is the whole line for? What's going on this line?
The
Bottom
center
of
of
the
the eye.
Yes, the eyelids, or the eyes in general, correct? We're going to mark where we want those to be. Now, real quick, while I zoom in here. That's not zoom in. Here we go. Okay. You see that this space is smaller than this space, yes? Okay, so on your paper, you are going to simply mark one side, okay? And if you want to be perfectly measuring, I'll say that's probably a 1/2 inch. Okay, so just use your fingers to measure. Okay? Then, same process. Why do you think I'm focusing on the center first and not one of the eyeballs?
That's
So
a
you can
good
get your
question.
measurement.
Yes!
You know how far.
Because what is this measurement?
An eyeball.
An eyeball!
Oh yeah.
So we can take this measurement and just slide it over.
Tell me what you forget.
What? So I'm going to take this measurement, slide my finger over, mark it, put a line.
Couldn't you also technically use your ruler?
You can, but I could care less about the ruler. Once it gives me my lines, I'm like, okay, don't need you anymore.
Wow.
I'm so used to using my hands to measure that I don't worry about it. But if you really, really want to be precise, go for it. And one of the other reasons why I don't use my ruler is because I honestly don't know if I want this right now to be larger or exactly the same size. So if you wanted it to be larger, then you have to start using math. If you're going to use your ruler, which if you want to do that, go for it. But if you don't want to and you just want to eyeball it the whole time, that's what I do, but I'm more used to it. So if you want to be precise, measure. If you don't really care that much and you're like, I'll figure it out, just use your fingers. Either one, if you use one or the other, you'll be as accurately precise as we need to be.
It looks so much more tinier on my paper than the picture.
Tinier?
Yeah.
Have you measured it with your fingers? Go grab one of both the papers that are over there, and then a ruler and a pencil. Okay, we now know how wide our nose is, correct? But let's double check on this boy. So, the nose is a little wider than that first eye. I'm going to first draw a line down. I guess I should do this with the pen so you can actually see it. So I'm going to draw a line down, but then I'm going to mark where the nose is. Okay? And we're going to do the same thing on this side. Notice, on the opposite side, does it fit?
It's small.
It fits. But that's because this line is closer to our middle point than this one. So that means, as much as I tried to get a picture that was straightforward, he's slightly turned. That's all that means. So if you have somebody that you want to draw and the face is like almost 45 degrees, this side of the face is going to be more accurate. This side is going to be foreshortened. And we will do all sorts of facial,
Sides.
angles, whatever, so that you get used to all of it. And you all are going to love full side the most because you only have to worry about one side of the face. But it's not that easy even then.
Oh.
Sorry, Hall. I knew you were hoping for it. Okay. Last but not least, let's put down where the lips are on the picture as well. So, if you notice, with the ruler, the edge of his lip almost lines up perfectly where the whites of his eyes start. Almost. But on the opposite side, they're a little further apart. Okay? Okay. Am I going too fast, or are you guys good? Okay.
I feel like we're gonna give this kid plastic surgery with all these lines on his face.
It's going to feel like that. Now, this line is connected to what on the picture?
The bottom.
The bottom of the nose, right? So, come in. Push. Push. Yes?
I wanted to work on shading, and Mr. West said that the shading is good with kneadable eraser. I was curious if you have any that I could borrow.
It's coming back, yes?
Thank you.
You're bringing it back?
Yes.
Okay, you're fine. Okay. So, Mouth. That's that line, right? Wonderful. Before we place anything else, we have to start making the eyes. Okay? Because that's going to tell us where everything else is going. Now, when you're making an eyeball, everybody wants to just do that. Right? Can you even see that?
No.
What the heck?
Can I turn off the lights?
Is that better?
Yeah.
A little bit. Okay. Let's see if I can turn this down, actually. There we go. That's easier, right?
Yeah.
Okay. However, eyes are not just one line and another line. If you look really closely, it has more of like a teardrop shape. Okay? So you're looking for more like that. Do you see the difference? Okay. While you're putting it down on your paper, continue watching your your reference photo. Okay? I can't tell people enough the importance of watching what you're drawing while actually drawing it. So if you watch my head, you'll see how many different times I reference my photo. Now remember, this line is the eyelid, the bottom of the eye, okay? So I cannot go underneath it because that's the bottom of my eye, which means I most likely will need to lift my top line just a little bit. Okay, so I have one of my eyes in. And remember, we're not shading this yet. So, if you feel more comfortable just popping in a shape for now, and then going back and adjusting it, we can do that. How many of you need help? Okay, I'm going to start in the back row, and I'm going to come forward. About it doesn't make sense, right? Raise the eyeballs. This guy's really small. So if I just go this, much bigger, we can go guys. So what I would say, if I think that this guy is a little bit further out, and then that one, with your eyes,
Yes. Yeah.
see how much more space we have.
But on mine, you have nothing on it.
Exactly. Mrs. Carter,
Yes.
may I please go to the restroom?
Yeah, quickly. Take them all fast and sign out. See the difference? Okay. Over here and mask that shape. Okay, yep. Okay, I think you might have gone slightly too big.
Most likely.
You want to mark this spot as well, because that's like the actual eyelid. So I would bring this whole eyelid down quite a bit. See the difference? Because his eyes are not like, it's not like he's spooked and they're wide open, right? So he has a little bit of wiggle room.
Missing the Andrew?
Man,
Miniatures in the needle eraser. I could have some in the. Let me borrow it. Is it okay if I just put it in the drawer?
Yep.
Thank you.
Yep. Okay. You see the difference? Try fixing it on that side. That looks good. What I would say is bring this one up and erase that one. Okay. You think your eyes are way too far apart. So, do this with me. Okay? Now, bring it over. Are you touching your other eye?
Yeah.
Okay, now watch what we've done here. So if you have one measurement here, it's too far apart, right? Does that make sense? Okay. Now from here, let's just double check. We don't want to be like this. Okay, from this point, so between this line, and then this, and this. Now try drawing your shape. I will always help you adjust the eye shape, but I want you to take a shot at it on your own first. The eyes are a little too big, dude. Okay. So where are your points? I don't even know where your points are. Okay, so if this is one eye, this is either too big or too small. I would say, because his eye on here is only that big, let's make them smaller, okay? So let's make that one a little smaller. We're actually going to cut them both. And again, this is not your fault. You've never done this before. So we're learning, right? So, what you're going to focus on in here is this shape. Don't worry about this line yet. We want to make sure we focus on that shape. Okay? Try it again. Now, if you guys feel more comfortable tracing the eye a few times before putting it on your paper, please do so. There's no reason for you not to go over here and just get familiar with the shape before you put it on your paper, okay? Why are you looking so panicked? Are you okay? Okay. You're looking real panicked right now. Now, again, like I said, you might end up readjusting these eyes multiple times. I'm already readjusting right now. I've taken a moment to look away from my paper. I'm coming back and I'm readjusting. That's fine, guys. I expect you to readjust multiple times. Let me get this other eye in and then I'll look. Sorry, if I don't do it now, I will fall behind.
Somehow my lines match up on one side of the paper, but not on the other side.
Well, and remember how you were like, I'm now realizing how not symmetrical my face is. You're going to run into a lot of people that you draw that do not have symmetrical faces, and that's okay. Okay, let's double check. Okay, so right now he's looking real surprised. Okay, bring that top eyelid down. You're overthinking it.
It like matches up here, but like if I put it here, then it doesn't match. So,
Okay, like I said, you're overthinking it. This is its own entity. We are trying to match, but this is its own entity. So I'm assuming this is where you want to put the eye, right?
I think, but it doesn't like.
Okay, so do me a favor. Breathe. Just pop in a shape that is very similar to this one. Don't overthink it. And tracing it's not going to help you. Like if you're like trying to put the paper on top, it's not going to help because we are human. We are going to make mistakes as we try to do this. So it's going to get easier the more we do it, but it is going to be difficult right now. Okay, can you tell me what's wrong with this? Why I'm missing anything?
Everything is wrong.
Right? Seriously. That eye is way too big. Realistically, this eye is really big too. So, this is deep.
Just like something that happens in this world, we're really finding food.
Yeah, that was like way too big.
I'm not surprised.
See though, we're learning. Okay? So in here,
I'm so
you see the difference? Okay, over here.
much.
Okay, we need to catch you up.
Like,
Let's look at that so far. If you feel comfortable with the way or where your eyes are, and you want to move on to the nose, move on to the nose. If you're like, how the crap do I even start the nose? Take a pause, I will help you.
Oh, thanks, you,
Did you just call me aggressive?
Because you are aggressive.
You're like, well, because I feel that way when I draw. I can't be the only one that's like, what the heck?
Well, you know, there's actually some people that know how to.
Not besides the one I showed you and said I
But
was
I don't know how to draw.
Oh,
Bella, are you really going there
You thought what I was
right
doing.
now?
I hated that dress.
I got news for you,
I
Bella.
hated it. It
You
looked
are
so
wrong.
weird.
Kids in the office that works
Yeah,
there.
I know. It did.
Okay.
My mom
We
loves
always
it. She's
have
like, oh my gosh, I like it so
I'm
much.
so pissed about that.
I was like,
No,
Mom,
keep it
I was
so.
just not a homecoming dress.
It's not right. If I
Prom
restart,
dress.
I think I already did.
Yeah, if you want to restart, go ahead.
My dress is on my
Tape on the other cover.
She looks
No,
short.
that's a
Right?
waste of
Like,
paper.
I know. and
It's
my
a
mom's
waste.
like, from the inside to take it because my mom's shorter than me, so she's like,
I'm drawing one side, I don't want to flip it around.
It's
I
still
see
I
the
want to
lines
see a
and
picture
stuff.
of your dress though.
I was just
I need to see a picture of your dress.
Like,
now I'm super angry at my dad. My dress, it doesn't have like sleeves.
You're not tracing.
It has the straps, not the one that
Yeah, I know, but like, you see the lines from the other side. But you're not.
Okay, so there you see, Bella.
I know.
You need to wear shawls. I'm not gonna wear a freaking shawl.
Yeah.
And you know what? We should start a prom at my house if your dad's gonna do that. No, I'm just gonna take it off.
Yeah, that's a
Is
three.
it
That's a three.
Is it H3?
That's a three. I was
But
thinking
I
that is the
love
wrong way.
Okay, it's fine.
Why?
So,
I don't
sharpen it
friend.
and go a little wider with your
I
thread.
was like, I changed the blues uniform and then.
How are you even playing that? Oh, you have to be pressing really hard to get it to go that dark.
Yeah, I know.
And I am aggressive, right? Hold on. Let me rethink that. Good heavens.
I love Golden Corral.
Should we do that? You guys better be nice to me. I have a bad
Alright, so I
The Golden Corral is my favorite. This is the dessert section. The chocolate fountain. And the chocolate fountain comes. I always pick up this.
Now you're on the same plane with us. You just need to go ahead and start drawing green on your eyes.
Last year, once.
Now, we haven't really talked
So I
about
went
that
once,
since
and
we
that
got in
time
here.
I was sick because of it. I was sick, and I couldn't eat a single day.
You're right.
It made me so. I went so my dad
Your head over, so
and
your
my
hand.
mom took me, but the Golden Corral by our house closed. And
That
I
one,
was
I
like,
tried to
Corral,
flip apart.
and I
Okay,
came up for my
perfect. So
birthday.
this is now you have to.
I'm so angry. Me and my grandpa
We're
were
just-
saying we should
So
have
I
birthdays.
are
We always like
probably
Golden
about
Corral.
here.
I know we don't
Okay.
It's $10. It's $5 cheaper if you go.
Here. Now we have one eye.
Where?
So
$15.
It's adorable.
Okay, so this is one eye and this is another.
They're planning it.
It's 10 for
Okay,
us.
everyone else now has
They
started
lied to
creating
me then.
this shape. So
Where
notice
did you
the
get
eye
that?
does not go underneath the
Yeah.
line.
Annika.
So we're not gonna have
You're
a pop and
If
eye
it's a
right
couple,
here,
it's
right?
10, and if
We need
it's
the
one person,
whole
it's 15.
eye to be above the.
Other way around.
You lied to me.
I didn't. I told you. If it's a
On your
single,
own,
it's
and
10.
if
If
you need
it's a couple,
help,
it's
come check on
15.
you.
Maybe I'm just stupid then.
Okay, are we ready to move on?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm ready.
Oh, much better, yes, much better. Yes. Okay, give me a sec. Let me help you get in the nose and then I'll come check on you. Okay, I am going to move on. So, if you're with me, great. If not, you're going to struggle. So, on this side, I'm going to draw a line down. Okay? And then on this side, I'm going to draw a line down. What am I doing right now? Why would I put those lines in? I'm mapping out where I want my nose to be. Okay? So, from here, I'm going to do the 3-circle nose rule. Okay? But I'm going to do it on here first. Now, if you don't know what this means, then you're going to learn something new today. I'll just wait, because I have a feeling nobody's listening to me. And you're going to want to watch this, because everyone's going to be like, can you show me how to do the nose? And I'll be like, I just did it. So I need you to watch. Thank you. Okay. 3-circle rule. Very simple. The first circle is in the center. Do you see that?
Right.
Okay. Then I add a circle to the side of the nose. And another circle to this side of the nose. Okay. Now essentially, it's going to look very much like this on your white paper. Okay, those 3 circles together. So, with that being said, I can now match up on this paper where, in reference to my lines, I want to be. Am I going to put my nose under this line?
No.
Under this one? No, it's above it, right? So, then I have to decide, okay, let's double check. Is the top of the nose in the center? Yes, it is. So, I'm going to go ahead and make sure that the top of my nose is in the center of that line. You see how I made that mark? Okay. From here is where I will start the first circle. Now, if you look at my circle over here, this side is smaller than that side in reference to my middle line. Okay? It's all about relative space. So, I'm going to go ahead and put in the smaller one first, and then extend on that larger side. Notice how lightly I'm putting my pencil into my paper because I will be erasing all these lines. So I'm still adjusting, making that a little larger on that one side. And I'm going to come back in with my eraser so I don't have to do it later, because I've just made a bunch of lines and I only need one to work with. Okay? Then I'm going to go ahead with the side circles. And another one over here. It's not general circles though. Make sure that you're doing your best to keep the integrity of the circles that you see that you traced over here. So I hope all of you did trace it first, because that's going to help you see where those lines need to be. Okay? Before I move on, I'm going to go ahead and erase some of the little lines in the front of the nose that I made on the picture. Woo! That was amazing. Okay. And then I'm going to come back in and just rework those lines so it looks more like a nose rather than a snout in Roa's words. So I'm going to bring in those lines on the side, have them come down and connect. And I'm going to repeat that step over here. Now, our child does not have a pig nose, So we don't want to go. Yes?
Yeah.
We want to make sure that we are adding lines in that loop around. Very much like angry eyes. Do you see the difference? Okay. Now, since I feel pretty comfortable with the lines I have put in, I'm going to just go ahead and erase the ones that don't matter. Round out these edges. And lo and behold, I have a nose.
Wow.
That is just the craziest thing.
What does my nose look like?
My nose is your tail.
Readjust. I'm coming.
Okay.
Does this look like normal nose?
Made it so
Hold on, wait a minute.
Is it really? It looks so big to me.
You made the
Does this
center
look like a
line so
nose?
small.
Yeah,
I don't really.
mine is clearly.
I know.
You thought that about your other drawing too.
I know how to draw Batman symbol now.
Noses can be large. It's
Three
okay.
circles.
Be careful.
Picture
because
is so large,
You're not
you're
careful. That can sound
Thank you.
racist about you
Oh,
making smaller noses.
No, don't show the world this.
Yes.
No.
It really can. Because Jewish people have
Bro, what is wrong with
larger
your
noses.
head? Oh no.
Asians have smaller
I think I
noses.
might actually look like this in real life.
Usually black people have larger noses.
I'm an abomination.
It's so cool. I drew this like really old black guy in college, and his nose was like my favorite part of the whole drawing because it was much wider.
Sorry.
It was so cool because like not to be
There's nothing else
mean,
you
but
can
white
show
people
that
have
over.
such like
I already
boring
know
faces.
that.
I think they do. I think white people have boring faces. I'm sorry. I'm white, and I think they have boring faces. Other cultures have so much more like
I know my
interesting
baby brother looked at
aspects
the
to
other
their
one.
faces, and I feel like us white
It
people
is
are like
sad.
all the same.
I hope I got grades.
I don't know. That's just my personal opinion.
I don't want to say.
This is not going well.
That's sad.
I hate this. I hate doing this. Let's go up the eyes.
And you're younger?
I could do eyes.
Well,
I
like
can do
you
my hair
do.
skin
You
part.
do.
I can't. I can't. I
Oh,
love
so
doing
like
hair,
I
I
am
do
putting
noses,
that
and
line
I
way
love
up
doing
here.
eyes. I can do the lips.
Oh, you had it done.
It's like we did.
Okay, that's
I
good.
always find myself.
Does that nose feel better though?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's more realistic.
Okay.
Bubble.
Alright, guys,
I still need help.
Keep going, you're doing fine.
She would help you.
I'm not worried about you, so I'm just gonna come back around.
She forgot about you guys.
Let me see it.
It's terrible.
That's really good, actually.
Where don't
Your eyes are way too like.
Don't be that
But-
person. Don't be that person.
And the easiest way to do that is you just cut this. You miss out on a lot of fun jokes, my friend. Saying. I'm happy that you heard that.
Why did you
so
not
hard
put
to
it
get
on last game?
It works.
My knee hurt when
So do you see the difference between
and my
this?
grades were low.
Yes.
Can you readjust that?
Oh,
I
yes.
say how.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure.
How does this look?
You're
Okay, that looks good. Okay, this looks good, but let's
Why?
give him the integrity of this bottom.
You have to open them.
We need to fix that on the other side. Okay.
Mine is terrible.
So good.
Is mine terrible? Is mine
Eat lunch here.
Okay, this is not terrible. I think this is good. You're cutting it off.
There, you there. Alright, you got me there.
Give him the integrity of that
I
bottom
miss the days when noses
See,
were
I
just
got a
like
proper
this.
uniform.
lid.
I got some hot wires on my uniform.
You know what I mean?
I mean,
What's the difference between
I put these
this
on my
and
lanyard just so that when I wore it in class.
Okay, let's get it. Remember, this is the first face that we are drawing together. There will be many more.
I was really taking the enthusiasm.
Y'all wanted to start this series.
If you did not, and thank you. If you did not want to be part of this class, then you should have gotten out earlier. However,
Right side of the
all is correct. Y'all chose the face first.
We're doing the hard
I
part.
choose anything.
You are here.
I chose the body first.
Yeah, you're
always
late. You came to school every day.
See, I actually came today.
Yeah, and he did awesome. I'm happy that he's here, right, guys?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yay.
Wow.
Wow.
Does that look?
The whole class really said,
There's a
yeah.
hair on my pencil, you can.
He did give it.
Cut off his bottom.
That's the reason I failed. Yeah.
What do you mean? This
You're not
charger is
paying.
absolutely
It's
sexy.
easier to cut it off.
It's
We're not
sexy
here
to
for
me.
it to be easy. We're here to do it correctly.
And you wonder what they could.
Oh, that reminds me of a
That's
video.
You know what? I can get all those pictures.
No, I
Yeah, I know. Some portraits. So, some
Guys.
Look at my look ugly. You wouldn't fix mine. Mine's a flash.
You guys think you're ugly?
All
You got a
the-
clock
I
in
don't
my-
want this picture of the yearbook.
Do you guys have a
We're
clock
not
in your
gonna be able to
self-portrait?
see your
I
face.
don't think so.
I need mine to be changed too. I don't know if I look ugly.
Because mine looks better to you. So you
Okay,
can't
but
have
we-
to
we
think.
can
And
do that while you're
plus, I
working.
think a picture of for one day. If you do it the next day,
Finish your house and then I will come help you.
Like what?
Okay, Yellowberry.
Time to get ready because that's how guys.
You look very
That's
interesting.
not five. I mean, you
I will. I'm doing the rounds. Give me a sec.
I wake up at 5 and you're like, no.
No, you're fine.
Until later.
Okay.
My brain.
We got
Yeah, it's not.
So your line needs to come down, and you have it
I
all the way over here.
It wakes me up
So
more.
bring it straight down.
No.
That will help you see more where your nose needs
I
to
wake
be.
up at 6:30.
And the next thing we need to do is make it very, very small.
No, we wake up at 5. My
Why?
head. It's something
Mine's
on Wednesday.
What is the need to wake up at 5:30?
It's okay.
Okay, you see the difference in
I'm
size?
sorry, ma'am.
Okay, so now that we have that on,
Any other
I
class,
know I hate
looking like a McLean,
Miss
bro.
Right.
I actually have like 2 good
Madam
friends.
You want to be a teacher, you're going to be called that. whether
I'll
you
have them
like
come
I
to
have
my
a
first
shoebox
one.
full of
it. Miss Kim.
you don't want that.
I don't know why.
You don't want that.
Go to
Because you're
You'll
losing
get more
classroom management, you're losing your respect factor if you haven't called them by your first name.
I'm gonna kill
Wait, what did you say, Michaela?
Oh, well, when I'm 18 and changing my
I'm sorry, do you need an infraction?
No, I'm so sorry. I take back what I said.
That's my mom's
It was a mistake. It will never happen again.
I've
Yeah,
also
but
heard
it's
the
accurate
actors about
about
my dad
people
because if I change it when I live with him, still feels
What are you choosing?
And you can let
Black.
him say Workman since that's my mom's last name.
What happened to work?
Bro, wait.
I don't know.
Merlin or Marlin.
Oh yeah!
I think
I would call you
I don't think he's here anymore.
How did you get expelled?
I don't know. He had said multiple times he wanted to go to a different school.
Man,
he was a
Okay, is that better?
Yeah.
Okay.
he hated me, but he was off.
What's your first name?
Alright.
Okay.
Woo!
I don't think
I
you
can
His nose doesn't point up like that, right?
No, all the way
It's
down.
rounded.
I don't even have tickets to
So
the
you need to
I
take
think
the
I was
and
So
round
it
it.
went and it's like and it was 49-0.
Okay, that's gonna help you
And the
create
kids were like
more
twice the
plastic.
height.
There's
There's
only
only one team I can think of. The girls'
This is football, not basketball.
Stop lying.
There's something about
Hey guys, I know that a lot of this is me coming around and helping you, but can we please keep it down just a little bit?
Can we imagine outfits to help
there's something about
What's everyone wearing?
wait.
Okay.
I don't know.
So we need to
So
move
you
this
can wear nice dress pants. You can wear a shirt that's colored
You
like
need to
butt,
draw a lot lighter.
not
That's
flannel.
gonna help you.
School uniform. There.
See able to-
No, you wear a button up and you wear a tie. Or you wear a gold shirt.
I think I have a picture.
What if I don't make
it?
too much?
I'm going to get not only kicked out, but probably arrested.
Thing is, like my mom says,
Public indecency.
big for it now.
Anyways, let's
Try your best. Be small.
Wow, that's good advice.
Man,
It's like 4 billion years old, like, hear me out.
No.
try your best. Be small.
I'd be like,
Has to be like Ant-Man.
He's like, I'm on the
I'm
opposite.
sad, I had to
Is it
tell
at 5?
people about
okay, it's not
it's
like,
like barely anyone.
I'd be best friends.
My belt. It's too
I'd
small.
blend with him.
Whoa, there you go.
So I was wondering.
He's like, I'm watching.
That's what scissors tell me I do.
That's not first of all, good friends.
What?
The second comment,
Right now. I'm not even
he's
joking.
got a wife.
No, my mom.
My mom would not.
He's
She'd
like,
be happy that I have a belt.
I don't know. He doesn't live here. He was at his dad's.
but like,
No, like my waist. You got
Last night I read
oh wait, we're, what's his name?
Is that 7th grade belt?
How
big was that?
Oh, no,
Then he said something like I was wearing socks and I was wearing a sweatshirt and like yeah.
I'd be here.
Let's go slow next time. And if you panic,
You try to.
I want his ring back.
take a hall pass, make sure you sign out. Get your ID on me.
Like the coffee over the ring. Because I liked it.
Okay, let's adjust. What to do today.
No,
Baby,
are
there
you
you
gonna
go.
try and do 2 slow?
No, I was just trying to see if I could dodge 45.
Your truck.
Wait,
I know.
We only have like one The other girl.
Of course I'm gonna hit you. Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, I was looking like.
Gary, what time? That's a dude. That's a dude. And his name is gonna.
Yeah.
Why?
It's not funny.
I actually want to get a I'm probably going to end up getting one this year. Sometime. I don't know.
But like, are you walking around?
Thank you,
Let's
all
not
people.
talk about. Breaking all of his bones. Let's not talk about Bakugan.
It's so weird.
We're not in love.
Everybody just said for Bakugan.
Connor's
So
weird.
do I need to connect?
You can't friendship.
Literally.
I know. What is she? Cute.
Okay, are we ready to move on to the mouth?
Probably.
I guess so.
When I tried to
Oh, that's way too small. I think we only have 5 minutes.
I need that.
Oh my gosh, clean up. Holy crap, that took way.
Okay, I will help you next time.
Please make sure your name is on the back of these because we will be doing it next time. Put your name on the back of both. Yes.